Welcome back to Turbo Cars Pro, the channel where we don't just talk about cars, we dive deep into the machines shaping the future of performance, luxury, and innovation, and today we're stepping into something truly special, something bold, something unapologetically American, because this is the full review of the 2026 Cadillac Celestiq, a vehicle that isn't just a car, it's a statement, a rolling vision of what American luxury wants to be in a world dominated by European craftsmanship and rising electric giants. The Celestiq is Cadillac's moonshot, their no-compromise answer to the Rolls-Royce Spectre, Bentley Flying Spur, and Mercedes-Maybach, and it arrives not quietly, but with confidence, heritage, and a clear message that Cadillac is done playing catch-up. The first thing you need to understand about the Celestiq is that it is not mass-produced, and that alone changes everything. This isn't a Cadillac you casually see parked outside a grocery store or sitting in traffic. Each Celestiq is hand-built, customized, and tailored to its owner in a way that Cadillac has never attempted before. This level of craftsmanship puts it into a completely different category from anything else wearing an American badge. The 2026 model continues that philosophy, refining the idea even further, leaning harder into bespoke luxury, cutting-edge technology, and a design language that feels futuristic without losing its soul. From the moment you see the Celestiq, it's clear that Cadillac didn't want this car to blend in. The long, wide stance gives it a commanding presence, almost yacht-like in its proportions, with a silhouette that feels both classic and radical at the same time. The fastback roofline flows effortlessly into the rear, creating a shape that looks more like a concept car than something legally allowed on public roads. The front end is unmistakably Cadillac, dominated by a massive black crystal shield grille, not because it needs airflow, but because it needs drama. The vertical LED lighting signatures slice down the front fascia-like light blades, instantly recognizable even at night, and they serve as a reminder that Cadillac has mastered the art of lighting as identity. Every surface on the Celestiq feels intentional. There are no unnecessary creases, no fake vents, no design gimmicks meant to impress for 5 seconds and age poorly. Instead, the bodywork feels sculpted, almost architectural, with a level of restraint that actually makes it more powerful. The paint options for the 2026 Celestiq go beyond traditional color choices, allowing owners to commission unique finishes, deep metallics, satin textures, and even hand-applied paint effects that reflect light differently depending on angle and environment. This is personalization taken seriously, not just a list of pre-approved trims. Step inside, and the Celestiq becomes something else entirely. This is where Cadillac draws a clear line in the sand and says this is what modern American luxury looks like. The cabin is dominated by a massive pillar-to-pillar LED display that stretches across the dashboard, seamlessly integrating the instrument cluster, infotainment system, and passenger display into one continuous digital canvas. But unlike many modern interiors that feel cold or overly tech-focused, the Celestiq balances technology with warmth in a way that feels intentional and human. Materials matter here, and Cadillac knows it. Real wood, real metal, hand-stitched leather, and carefully selected fabrics are everywhere you touch. The 2026 model pushes this even further, with expanded material customization options, including sustainably sourced woods, unique leather grains, and interior color combinations that would have been unthinkable in a Cadillac just a decade ago. Every switch, every dial, every surface feels solid, deliberate, and expensive. There's weight to the controls, a tactile reassurance that this car was built to be experienced, not just looked at. One of the most talked about features of the Celestiq is the smart glass roof, and in 2026, it remains one of the most impressive pieces of automotive glass technology in the world. The roof is divided into multiple zones, allowing each passenger to independently control the opacity above them. You can have the front completely transparent while the rear remains darkened, or create any combination in between. It's not just a party trick, it's a genuinely useful feature that changes how the cabin feels depending on mood, weather, or time of day. Rear seat comfort is a major focus, and rightly so. The Celestiq isn't just meant to be driven, it's meant to be experienced from every seat. Rear passengers get individual executive-style seating with heating, ventilation, massage functions, and deep customization. There are dedicated screens, premium audio controls, ambient lighting settings, and even personalized climate zones. This is the kind of rear seat that makes long journeys feel short and short journeys feel special. Underneath all that luxury, the Celestiq is built on General Motors' Ultium platform, and for 2026, it continues to evolve. The dual-motor all-wheel drive setup delivers immense power, with output hovering around the 600 horsepower mark and torque that arrives instantly and effortlessly. This is not a sports sedan in the traditional sense, but it moves with authority. 0 to 60 happens in roughly 4 seconds, which is remarkable considering the size, weight, and luxury focus of the vehicle. But numbers don't tell the full story here. What matters is how it delivers that performance. Acceleration is smooth, silent, and relentless. There's no drama, no gear changes, no engine noise fighting for attention. Instead, the Celestiq glides forward with a sense of calm confidence, like it's barely trying. The air suspension adapts continuously to road conditions, absorbing imperfections and isolating occupants from the outside world in a way that feels almost unreal. Yet, when the road begins to twist, the Celestiq doesn't feel disconnected or floaty. It remains composed, stable, and surprisingly agile for a vehicle of its size. Steering is precise and well-weighted, offering a balance between comfort and control. Cadillac didn't tune this car to chase lap times, they tuned it to inspire trust and ease. You feel in command, not overwhelmed. The all-wheel drive system works seamlessly in the background, distributing power intelligently to maintain traction and stability without ever drawing attention to itself. This is luxury performance, not aggressive performance, and that distinction matters. The 2026 Celestiq also benefits from Cadillac's most advanced driver assistance systems to date. Super Cruise is a standout feature, allowing hands-free driving on thousands of miles of mapped highways. In the Celestiq, Super Cruise feels especially natural, blending into the driving experience rather than dominating it. The system is smoother, more intuitive, and better integrated than ever before, making long-distance travel less tiring and more enjoyable. Safety technology is comprehensive and thoughtfully implemented. From adaptive cruise control and lane-keeping assistance to automated emergency braking and 360-degree camera systems, everything works quietly in the background. Nothing feels intrusive or overbearing. Cadillac understands that true luxury means technology that supports you without demanding constant attention. The audio system deserves special mention, because it's not just good, it's extraordinary. Developed in collaboration with premium audio engineers, the Celestiq's sound system turns the cabin into a concert hall on wheels. The clarity, depth, and spatial awareness are stunning, whether you're listening to classical music, jazz, or bass-heavy modern tracks. It's the kind of system that makes you sit in the car longer than necessary just to finish a song. Charging and range are also crucial, and Cadillac has made sure the Celestiq remains competitive. With a range estimated to be around 300 miles depending on configuration and driving conditions, it's more than capable of handling daily use and long trips alike. Fast charging capabilities allow significant range to be added in a relatively short time, making ownership practical as well as luxurious. Cadillac's charging ecosystem and partnerships continue to expand, easing one of the biggest concerns surrounding electric luxury vehicles. What truly sets the Celestiq apart, though, is what it represents. This car isn't just about specs, technology, or luxury features. It's about identity. For decades, American luxury struggled to define itself in a global market dominated by European brands. The Celestiq changes that conversation. It doesn't try to copy Rolls-Royce or Bentley. It doesn't chase old-school nostalgia or rely solely on heritage. Instead, it redefines American luxury as bold, technological, customizable, and forward-looking. The price reflects that ambition. The Celestiq sits firmly in ultra-luxury territory, with a starting price well into 6 figures and the potential to climb significantly depending on customization. This is not a car meant for everyone, and Cadillac knows that. It's meant for those who want something rare, something personal, something that tells a story before it even moves. For 2026, the Celestiq feels more refined, more confident, and more complete than ever. Cadillac has listened, learned, and evolved, turning what could have been a risky experiment into a legitimate flagship that commands respect on a global stage. This is not a comeback story, it's a declaration. A declaration that American luxury is alive, innovative, and unafraid to challenge the best in the world. The 2026 Cadillac Celestiq is not about chasing trends, it's about setting them. It's a car built for those who value craftsmanship as much as technology, comfort as much as performance, and individuality as much as prestige. In a world increasingly filled with uniform electric vehicles, the Celestiq stands out by daring to be different, daring to be expressive, and daring to be proudly American. And that's what makes it special. Not just the screens, not just the power, not just the luxury, but the confidence behind it all. Cadillac didn't build the Celestiq to prove they could compete. They built it to prove they belong at the very top. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the future of American luxury, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications here at Turbo Cars Pro, because we've got more in-depth reviews, automotive stories, and next-generation machines coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.